5 years ago, I was in northern BC, just outside of Smithers, on a First Nations community called Wet'suwet'en. You may have heard of this before. And they were building a pipeline through sacred Indigenous lands. So the Wet'suwet'en people had made a call out across Canada for people to come and stand with them, because this was completely illegal what was happening. And me and 15 other warriors from my community went to northern BC, and we stood on that front line and protected those people and protected that land, and that was probably the boldest moment of my life. I got arrested for a breach of injunction, so that was like a pretty bold moment of my life, and it really came down to just like what did I feel was the right thing to do. I was taught by an elder that the first rule of law, before it comes to colonial law, before it even comes to our own laws, is the law of the land, and to nurture that connection to the land, So for me, standing there and standing up for the land, no matter what that meant, whether it was going to jail, whether it was, enduring violence at the hands of the state, for me, it didn't matter because it was one of the few places in my life where I knew that I was doing the right thing. That was kind of one of the scariest moments of my life and one of the most bold moments of my life, because sometimes it's really hard to just like stand up and do what you think is right, especially when you're like, going against the grain of the state,